Hello friends, in the series of various acts and the regulations passed by the British Parliament, the next important act that was passed by British Parliament was the Pitt's India Act in the year 1784. In fact, this act is known as the Pitt's India Act because Pitts, he was the Prime Minister of Britain during this period when this act it was passed. Now the question comes, why this act it was passed? It was passed to rectify certain defects of the regulating act. As we know that the regulating act of 1773, it was the first act that was passed by the British Parliament, but it had certain defects, certain drawbacks, certain shortcomings, and in order to overcome those shortcomings and the defects and the drawbacks, Pitt's India Act it was passed in the year 1784. And this act it was in fact an amending act of 1784, and it is also known as the Act of Settlement. And this Pitt's India Act it had certain features. Basically, the acts and the regulations which were passed by the British Parliament, it was to control the affairs of especially the political affairs of the East India Company in our country, because the British Parliament did not want that the East India Company should flourish and they should empower in the political affairs of the country. Hence, they started making certain laws in order to curb the affairs of the East India Company. Now, what were the basic features of the Pitt's India Act? The basic features of the Pitt's India Act. Now, as we know, till 1858, the political affairs, the economic affairs of the country were managed and controlled by the East India Company. However, from time to time, the British government they framed certain acts and rules to control the affairs of the East India Company. Now, when we look at the features of the Pitt's India Act, it distinguished between the commercial and the political functions of the company. We know East India Company it came into existence. It was formed only with the motive of trades, but later on slowly and slowly it started indulging in the political affairs of the country. It started gaining the political power. It started indulging in the administration of the country, wherein we had the princely states and the small rulers. And another feature of this act it allowed the court of directors to manage the commercial affairs. Now the company, that is East India Company, it had the court of directors who used to manage the financial affairs of the company. And in order to curb the affairs of the company, they allowed the court of directors to manage only the commercial affairs. But in addition to that, they created the body that is called as the Board of Control to manage the political affairs. Political affairs, here we are talking about the administrative powers. So it established the dual form of the government or the double form of government. East India Company, it was restricted only for the trading purpose or for the commercial purpose, and the Board of Control was to supervise and direct all operations and the civil and the military government for revenues of the British possessions in India. That means the Board of Control was given the various powers to control the political affairs, the military affairs, the civil affairs, the financial affairs, whereas the East India Company was only limited. The affairs of the East India Company, it was restricted and limited only for the trading purpose, and this was the second act that was framed and formed by the British government in order to regulate the affairs of the East India Company in India. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.